Back in Brussels for another go at striking a trade deal with his European Union counterparts.
We're going to be working very hard to try and get a deal. We're going to see what happens in negotiations today, and we will be looking forward to meeting our European colleagues later on this afternoon. Thank you very much.
The resumed talks between David Frost and the EU's Michel Barnier came after an hour-long phone call between Ursula von der Leyen, President of the European Commission, and British Prime Minister Boris Johnson. Their joint statement on Saturday mentioned progress over the last week, but said the two sides still didn't see eye to eye on three critical issues. Firstly, there's fishing rights. In other words, what access EU fishing fleets have to UK waters and how quickly any changes happen. Then there's a more fundamental question of the level playing field. That's measures to ensure businesses on one side don't have an unfair advantage. Brussels wants the UK to stick closely to its rules on things like workers' rights, environmental regulations and especially state aid to businesses. Lastly, there's governance, including how any agreement would be enforced and what role institutions such as the European Court of Justice would have. If no deal's in place by the end of the year, the UK will be operating under World Trade Organization rules, with a bloc that accounted for 43% of British exports and 51% of UK imports last year. The British government says it's ready for such a scenario, but business groups are warning of major disruption.
There'll be no formal cooperation between the two sides, so all kinds of goods can get held up at the border. A lot of businesses who do trade with Europe will go under. Our manufacturing industries are very exposed, farming's very exposed, even fishing is incredibly exposed.
Even if there is a deal, customs checks and paperwork could create a real challenge.
We know that there won't be tariffs and quotas under a deal. I mean, that's obvious. It would be ridiculous to impose tariffs and quotas. But we do not know to what extent that the EU will allow manufacturing parts, cars, chemicals, parts of the aerospace industry to flow freely into the EU market.
And the talks could get overtaken by events in the Westminster Parliament. From Monday, it's set to re-examine the Internal Market Bill, which breaks the terms of the UK's already agreed protocol on Northern Ireland. That could kill off any prospect of giving negotiations yet another final chance. Nadim Barber, Al Jazeera.